Splitting is going to be a little weird because I'm not used to doing it with the Taxi Glitch 2 controller setup stuff, but I'll manage. If my splits aren't perfect, I'm not worrying about it too much. Because, like, the gameplay's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to worry about the splits being perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. If my Poseidome is, like, total, complete garbage, I might reset, but otherwise, not resetting for this first run, no matter how bad it is. Oh, I lost a couple frames for a second there. Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's not what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to warp to Patrick, and I just mashed the A button. Whatever. I don't care. It's the beginning of the run.
Go away, Spud.
Hey, I got that first try though. I was not particularly great when it came to the taxi glitches when I did my walkthrough of the route last night. So I'm glad I got that one first try.
Great Barrier Reef! Spongebob has an opening, but will he get the drop on the robot? Now the robot's taking a beating out there. The robot better change tactics and fast.
Hold the B. Come on, double hit.
The robot's losing its head. What a shocking
Okay,
takedown
messed it up.
by Patrick.
That's fine. And if I messed up both times, that's just unfortunate.
Looks like Patrick has a big opportunity here. Oh, nice flying
Nice, okay.
head thing move by
Got it.
Patrick. Wow, I've never seen such an electrifying
I
match.
really don't remember.
Bling! The old
Like,
clothesline
it's always
move.
been really
Feel like
weird
a new sponge.
when the head goes back like that. Okay, it is just one attack
There's the
when that
robot
happens.
vulnerability.
That's what I thought,
Let's
but I
see
wasn't
if
positive.
SpongeBob goes for it. Oh, what an uppercut!
Whatever, not a perfect fight or anything, but could have been
Nice
worse.
move by SpongeBob. This match is just about
Didn't really get
over.
hit at all, which is at least nice.
That robot is down and staying down. What
So I'll take it.
Hey.
Let me teach you how to.
Okay. I've also already disconnected my second controller until the end of the Mermalair split,
You just met the
because it
Sponginator.
can't be on for when I do Prawn Leg. I am not exactly going to be
Fresh like a spring breeze.
doing any more taxi glitches before I do Mermalair, so...
Alrighty then.
Alright. Almost forgot the split.
Another find for Patrick.
Alright.
I'm rollerific.
Nope. Still not good at this jump. Dang it. I actually got this relatively quickly last night. Oh well. I got it. Doesn't matter how long it takes me. Apparently both of the batteries fell out of my second controller, and I don't know how that happened.
Wow, mermaid.
So I'm gonna try and
Patrick
fix
will
that
be
when I have
glad to
time.
have this back.
Oops.
It's not any sponge, it's super sponge. Soaking up crime.
Hit Y instead of X by accident. Oops. Okay, the battery should be back in my second controller. Should be good.
laundry.
I wasn't like super worried about that jump, but I wasn't extremely confident I'd get it first try either, so I'm glad I got that.
Hammer! I get it!
Okay.
The mermaid.
Squidward, am I? There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning. Smells like victory.
Hey, I got that sock first try. Nice. I'm actually pretty happy about that. That socket is not free.
I got a job!
Alright.
You gotta carry a lot of stuff around.
Clam skip is coming up. Shouldn't be too bad, but I did not do it perfectly when I was warming up earlier. I did get it first try
Where am I?
every time I've done it in the past couple days, but warm-ups it was not first try, so hopefully that does not repeat itself. Gotta get there first.
You did it!
Alright. That was not good. Nope. Okay. It's not gonna make it. Damn. Okay. Been really good about this part of it recently, but unfortunately that did not go perfectly. It's all good though.
Uh-oh. This one goes boom.
Okay, I just didn't get my second fucking Patrick attack. That sucks ass. I had a feeling it was gonna happen though. Okay, got that quickly at least. Don't mess up again, please. Thank you. Okay. I am not gonna do anything fancy here. I'm just gonna take the cutscene. Or, yeah, okay. Because I haven't messed that up at all during the past couple of days when I was practicing and stuff. But I've come close enough times that I don't feel like risking it when I have already messed up clam skip once during this run. So I'm just gonna take the minor time loss and not risk a worse time loss. I have no reason to do anything fancy there right now. Okay.
Ah, well.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Alright. First half of Marmalade done. Still have ballroom,
Gary!
but I got through clam skip at least, so I'll take it. This room is harder now though because I have to get the sock. Alright. This guy's being annoying. Also, I thought I procced the Tiki, but I didn't. Oh well.
Right.
Not a
It
huge deal.
shines.
No! Are you kidding me? I made that jump every time in practice over the past couple days, and then I missed it.
I get it!
I mean, I can't say I'm, like, that surprised, but still, I'm annoyed. That is very unfortunate. Alright, let's try this again. Preferably without falling this time. Are you kidding me? I mean, out of all the ways I could have messed it up, that's better than falling all the way back down, but still. Like I said, I got this first try every time the last couple of days when I did it. There we go.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
Whatever. It is what it is. This run's not going to be perfect no matter what, so I'll just take what I can get for now. Anyway, here's Ballroom. Cross my fingers, wish me
Love
luck.
opening presents. I feel like a new sponge.
That was... I have no idea if that was any good or not. Yo! First try Ballroom. Hell yeah. That helps make up for messing up Clam Skip. Hell yeah, dude.
Another find for that.
Well done, Spot.
I'm really happy about that, actually. I'm gonna pick up my second controller. I don't need it until after Prawn, but I don't want it to be on the floor for when I do need it, so I'm gonna pick it up now. Okay.
I have regained control.
Hopefully I can get this animation skips for these guys. I did not. Cool. That sucks. Oh well. Still not good at triggering dialogue while I'm over spats like that. I'll get better at it eventually. Okay. Cool. Let me turn on my second controller now so I don't forget. I did forget when I was doing the run walkthrough last night, so make sure I don't this time. Alright, nice and easy. Next up is Goo Lagoon. Nope. There we go. Second try ain't bad. I'll take it. Oops.
Well, you do look a little.
Okay. This might be good.
There's nothing like the smell of.
Yo, I got that hit first try.
Smells like. Victory.
I absolutely was not getting that first try in any of the practice run-throughs this level, so very glad I did. Whoops. Let me just get the sock now, before time runs out.
You.
Then,
Patrick needs-
not with that. Now let's make sure I don't hit any of the wrong buttons on any of these towers. Pretty sure I know which one to hit for all of them, but still. I did kind of have to learn which switch was the correct one for all of them, because I keep getting them wrong. Okay, not too bad.
Oh no!
I have no idea how the cycles are going to line up for these guys. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Somehow I don't think he needs a hand.
Whoops, I absolutely did not make it up. However, I can make it up using these. I didn't do that last night. I was practicing.
Time for a little
on, hit 'em.
sleepy
Thank you.
sneak.
Alright, well that was very scuffed, but it works. Got the job done.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
This guy in a better spot. the kids. Alright, time for the sandcastle. Sandcastle messes me up all the time in 77, so hopefully it goes well here, because it's exactly the same as what I do there.
Yes, Bubble Buddy.
Absolutely, literally nothing has changed from this part
Love
here.
opening presents.
Or the next part with the games. It's just, I always mess up both of these sections a bunch, so hopefully it goes well. Yo, okay, off to a good start.
You. Patrick, you need to do laundry.
Nice, I made that jump. Okay, this is going well.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
You know, I should be really glad I had 2 health and not 1. I am not super confident about that hit. Let's see. Nope, that did not work. It's probably not hitting either. Oh, no, that one did hit. Okay. I'll take second try on that roll. I'm usually not very good at it, so can't complain too much there. Okay. Nice. Made it up both times. I did not make it up both times at all in any of my practice run-throughs, so I'm very glad that worked out.
Hello, Gary. What's new?
That's been a perfect Gula. Oh,
A
that
little
was
shade on
dumb.
a hot day.
Okay. Not off to a good start in here.
A little shade on a hot day.
That's fine. Like, if this is how Goo Lagoon ends up going, I
Fresh
can't
like a
complain
spring
too much at
breeze.
the end of the day. This has not been bad.
Another find for Patrick.
Oh, are you kidding me? How did that not make it? What? I'm annoyed. If I'd gotten that first try, I wouldn't be upset about this Goo Lagoon. Oh well. Goo Lagoon could be a lot better, but I'll take what I can get. Getting up here second try, even if I have to wait a bunch, is not the worst.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this.
Plus, I'm gonna have to wait for this anyway, because I'm bad. Can't ever make the cycle. So that I don't have to wait there.
I did it.
Okay. I'm just gonna take this. I'm not gonna worry about trying to skip that animation. I've tried before, and I can get it. I just mess it up enough of the time that I'd rather just not worry about it right now. Worry about it if I want to try and get a better time in this category or something. It's a 2-hour run. I don't exactly need to stress out over a 4-second time save. Alright. Now the pier is going to have a lot of extra stuff, but none of it's particularly difficult.
Somehow I don't think he needs a hand.
Right? That's a little unfortunate. Not that big a deal. Alright. I'm going to be doing a few detours for socks and such. Right?
Another find for Patrick. Ultimate wedgie experience.
Okay. Then go up here, get this sock, and then spat that's up
Patrick
here
needs
as
to do
well.
laundry.
I just now realized that because of how I did things, I permanently have the UI from the Bungie on the bottom of my screen. I never noticed that before. I don't know if that's been a thing in any of the other runs I did.
There's nothing like the smell
That's the
of
first time I've
bubbles in
noticed
the
that.
morning.
That's really
Smells
funny,
like
actually.
Good times. I love opening presents.
Alright, cool. That is not the one I meant to go to. God dang it. Alright, almost done.
Here is your...
Hopefully I can get at least one pause animation skip, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. Okay. Alright. To swap. Kill this robot by hitting the final tower. And turn in the last two spats, and I'm done here. This is, like I said, this is actually a pretty good Goo Goo.
Congratulations!
Far from perfect, but I can't complain too much. Got all the socks as well, which is good. Next up is Dream. Spongebob Dream. And since I don't have to do oil skip, I am differently concerned. There we go. I'll take a second try on that. Because I'm still absolutely concerned about parts of this, but I don't have to do idle skips, so I am not concerned about that at the very least. I do still have to do super bounce at the beginning here. And Krabs' Dream is a pain in the butt, so we'll see what happens. I'm also bad at Squidward's Dream, but I'm not worried about that one per se. And I knew. Okay. Can't say I'm surprised about messing up super bounce. I also didn't want to end up here, but I guess I'm doing the Spats and Sandy's Dream because I accidentally ended up at Sandy's Dream. There's no reason to warp away and do other stuff first if I ended up here by accident. I'm just gonna have to go do super bounce after this. Okay. There's a bunch of extra socks that I have to get here, so let's do it.
Ooh, do I really have to carry Patrick's socks?
A little slow because I got a little too much downwards momentum. That's not the end of the world. There we go. Okay. Like if I'm gonna make mistakes, I'd rather make that kind of mistake and not fly off into the stratosphere or something. Because that would lose me way more time. And I managed to get that spat, which is also good. Alright, unfortunate. Didn't actually get the ILH. There we go. Okay. And I've practiced this spat enough times and I'm not terribly worried about it. I have absolutely not 100% confidence in not messing it up, but I have enough confidence I'm not worried about it.
Was off to a good test. Let's farm it. Gotcha.
Got him. Cool. get the sock. I'm done with Sandy's Dream, and I get round 2 with the super bounce. Because I messed it up the first time. Alright. And this means that once I do get the super bounce, I will, because I did Sandy's Dream first, I'm going to be warping out after Patrick's Dream. Remember that. Okay. A little scuffed, but it gets the job done. Time for Squid's Dream.
For heaven's sake!
Alright, I'm bad at Squid's Dream, so I am under no illusion that this will go well. But I could just get most of the jumps. We'll see. Nope. That's what I was afraid of. This jump specifically is my worst jump in the entire section. So I have literally no expectations of getting this quickly. It takes so long to redo it every time as well. Oh well, I got it. It just took me longer than I would have liked. I have to wait out a tambourine cycle. Okay. But I made it up. That's what the important thing is. I don't know if I needed to wait for that, but I'd rather do it and not have to. Oh yeah, that was bad timing actually. I messed that up. Whatever, not a big deal. Again, that's not the worst mistake I could have made here. And I'd rather take something slower than necessary as long as it means I get it done eventually. But obviously that was not great. Okay. But I made it through Squid's Dream eventually. Just could have been better. This one. And next up is Krabs' Dream, which God knows I will probably mess up at least once, which is very unfortunate. It's a hard spat. Or at least it's a hard spat to do well and quickly. Getting it isn't the hardest thing in the world. Just doing it relatively quickly is a pain. Okay.
You've just met the
Right? Not off to a
Spongebob.
good start. Yep, okay. That's fair. Whoops, I did not want to hit B. God damn it. Okay. Oh well, next time I do this run, when I get it first try, I'll just save a bunch of time. What did I get hit by? Excuse me? Get some health back. Taking out this dude. So let's do it.
Error in triplicate.
Okay. Still need to take out one more of both of the big guys. Alright, hit by fire. That's not great. Okay. I can take out both of their spawners. And then clear up the rest, and I'm good.
Fresh like a spring breeze. Hey, you. Patrick needs to do laundry.
Okay, that definitely could have been better, but
Feel like a new
As
sponge.
long as I don't die here, I don't really care too much. Okay. Alright, that's everything. I survived. Didn't get it first try, but the first try wasn't like that long of an attempt at least. In my run through last night, I died after clearing out all of the spawners, so I will not complain about that result. Or at least not complain too much. Okay. And last but not least is Patrick.
Slippery road ahead. Patrick!
Okay. Then it's off to Industrial Park. Then... Nope, didn't get it first try. I will take second try though. And now for the 3-minute auto-scroller. Oh well, at least it has a good song. So I can jam out while waiting for this fight to be over. Yo, J-Cog. Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate it. Alright. You came just in time for the most exciting boss fight in the entire run. I can't even make that joke because this isn't even the least exciting one either. It's a very long and boring fight, but it's not even the least interesting fight. Because the Flying Dutchman exists. Oh yeah. It's like not only do I have to do that fight because it's rehydrated, I also have to do that fight because it's 100 spat, and I can't just skip it because that fight is multiple minutes of nothing. At least this fight is multiple minutes of nothing that gives you an ability. Because like I can skip a bunch of stuff, but I can't skip everything. Shout out to this fight, we can literally just stand on the edge of the platform and never get hit.
There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning. Smells like victory.
Because since it's 100 spat, I can actually skip out like 90% of the hub movement in Bikini Bottom. I can't do that in 77 spat because Taxi Glitch is banned in that category. Alright. One more hit. Cool. Oh, didn't hold bait. And I immediately go from a long intended fight to just going up the side of the chum bucket. Alright.
Now I can wear 4 pairs of underwear.
Krusty Krab is actually a lot
Like a
weirder in
spring
this category
breeze.
since I actually have to get
Boy,
the sock by
Patrick will be
destroying
glad to
everything
have
in
this
it.
back.
Oop. Oh, it's not letting me get up the side here. Come on. Alright, well, I'll just go around.
Bubble butt
That's annoying.
up for a game of SpongeBob.
Sometimes it just doesn't let me go up the side of the building like that, and I don't know why.
I feel like I should be working.
Oh well.
Love opening presents. Cha-ching! Time for a little sleepy sneak. Take that!
Okay. Yeah, I need to, like, actually practice this a little bit more in
I feel like a
Krusty
new
Krab section,
sponge.
because my movement here is not exactly optimal. But it's not exactly at the top of my priority list, because I could probably save time here, but, like, only so much. Okay, I think that's everything outside of this one last tiki. Nope. Did not spawn the sock. I've had it glitch out on me before where the sock just doesn't spawn, but... Okay, no, I didn't hit the cash register, apparently. Thought I tried to, but apparently I didn't.
Another find.
Okay, and then from here, it's down to Jellyfish Fields. Okay. There we go. Alright, that Krusty Krab definitely could have been better, but I'll take it. And 36 minutes into the run, we're on to the first area of the game.
We can't jellyfish today. I'm going fishing for robots.
What? But, nobody else started the game by teleporting immediately to Robo Sandy and doing like 4 other areas before coming here?
Hey, you! Patrick needs to do laundry.
Okay. Oh, come on. This jump's annoying. I still don't really understand why it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. Oh well. Whatever. I got it eventually.
Hey, Gary, what's shake?
Okay.
Ultimate wedgie experience.
Yeah, no, this game is, you pick up on some of it if you play the game casually, but when you speedrun this game, you really just see how loose the duct tape and glue is that holds it together. When you spawn out of bounds because you landed somewhere out of bounds.
Boy, Patrick
But
will
to be
be
fair,
glad
the
to
fact that
have
it
this
does
back.
that makes it way less concerning if you mess something up. At the very least. Alright. But by coming to Jellyfish Fields late, I have the bubble bowl, so I can get these socks. I require it sooner.
Hey, you! Patrick needs to do laundry.
Yep, that Hans looked completely normal.
999.
Nothing weird.
1,000. Ready or
Okay.
not, here I come! Another find for Patrick.
Now, but if you think Jellyfish Fields is wild now, just wait for the second half of it. When we come back with Sandy, the character you're not even supposed to have here at all. But they let you get her here anyway for some reason. But that's not until after downtown Bikini Bottom.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
First, I gotta get
That
the
was
Limbo
a
Skip.
ton of fun.
There we go.
Hey,
Okay.
Sponge. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
No, I don't want to go downtown yet. I need to get the socks with Patrick real quick. Almost forgot. I am very concerned that I'm going to accidentally just forget about a sock or something and not know until the end of the run, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Whoops.
Woo! Up we go! Have you been lonely out there all alone?
Nope. Okay. That was a bad taxi glitch, but I got it.
SpongeBob.
Alright. Now for more 100% definitely intended movement.
Hey, you! Patrick needs to do laundry. Too pretty. Cat,
That's funny, because I don't even use the Spongebob
the sponge.
to break the platforming in this area like I do in Rock Bottom. There we go.
I love opening presents. Fresh like a spring breeze.
Alright. And a couple more jumps and the sandy shenanigans begin. So you thought everything else was broken, you haven't seen anything yet.
Another find for Patrick.
Oh, what? I didn't make that jump, excuse me?
Bringing it.
That's
around
actually
town.
a little problematic. I don't know if there's a backup for that. That's unfortunate. I haven't messed that jump up in months.
I
Oh well.
feel like a new sponge.
It is what it is.
Tartar sauce. Soar!
Okay. Didn't mess it up the second
Patrick will
time.
be glad to have this back. Hi,
Alright.
Gary.
And warp to the sandy spat because it just will let me skip the animation of swapping. And ILH to victory. Because now I can fly. Because Sandy is busted. Okay. Also, the fact that just double jumping there activates that box is silly. It's very convenient, but it's silly. Okay. And then fly up to this sock.
Well,
Alright. Might be a little high up. Nope, I think I'm good. Okay, had to fall for a tiny bit. Okay, and then skip this clam by just hitting the switch that is invisible and in midair, as God intended. There we go. I hit the slide while also having ILH. So I just fly through the air and fast. Okay. I got a little more downward momentum than I would have liked, so I kind of just have to go slow now. Oh well. I'd rather have that happen than fly off into the void or something. Or have to respawn, or both.
Another find for Patrick.
Alright. Yeah, I should probably try and learn the faster lighthouse strat, because there is a faster version of doing the lighthouse that you can do if you have the bubble bowl, which isn't relevant in 77 spat, but is relevant in 100 spat, because I obviously have bubble bowl. But I don't know how to do it, and I don't even have an inkling of how to do it, so I'm not worrying about it. I remember seeing a video of it like a year or two ago, and I have zero other memory of it, so I'm not worried about it. Oops.
Feel like a new sponge. There's
I do
nothing
actually have
like
to get
the
the
smell
sock
of
here,
bubbles in the morning.
which has
Smells
some
like
fun shenanigans to it,
victory.
because I can cruise bounce,
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
break out of the trampoline early.
Hey, you! Patrick needs to do laundry.
Okay, that was a good lighthouse.
Boy,
Off to the
Patrick
sea
will be
needle,
glad to have this back.
which will also be very broken,
Rollerific.
but not from ILH, just normal sandy shenanigans.
Number 1 in the Bikini Bottom scavenger hunt. 3
3
years
years
running.
running. But thank you. Alright. Yeah, so even though I do have the cruise bubble here, for the spatula called Come Back with a Cruise Bubble, I'm still not going to use the cruise bubble for it, because it's faster to use sandy. The fact that you can get the spatula called Come Back with a Cruise Bubble without the cruise bubble is very funny still.
Okay, well, that's better.
Because they gave some of this wall geometry collision that you can stand on for some reason. And so therefore you can use it for platforming. That was a bad jump. Okay.
Well, I suppose it'll make Patrick happy.
Big whiff. That's fine.
I'm getting dizzy
Make up
just
for it.
watching.
No, that was bad. Camera's not doing me anything here. Okay. Didn't get it first try, but I didn't fall at all, so I can't complain. Alright, and then I do the destroying the tikis with the bungee by definitely using Spongebob and also definitely using the bungee.
Well, that's awful pretty.
And I'm also definitely going to destroy them at all 3 bungees and not destroy the same ones 3 times because the game counts that still. I genuinely have no idea why this works. It is very funny to me, but there is no reason this should work.
Where the real action is.
But yeah, just do that 3 times, and then you can just get the spat from Mr. Krabs, no problem.
Good work, boy.
Okay. Then it's off to Mrs. Puff to turn in my steering wheels.
SpongeBob.
I'm really bad at hitting that one pause frame that lets me skip the spat animations. I will hit one at some point, I swear. Okay, then gum Sandy and the pineapple. Still haven't gotten the spatula in SpongeBob's pineapple yet. It's faster not to, and then come back when you have shiny objects later. And since there's also the sock in the library here, it's faster to do it once you're Sandy.
Lion squirrel coming through.
I forgot to split after downtown, damn. Okay, that's on me. Alright, now back to Jellyfish Fields. Not supposed to have Sandy here, but it lets you do it anyway. Okay. Do this definitely as intended. It's even weirder in 100 Spat, because you actually go back into the caves a little bit. Because for some reason, if you get Hans there, he just puts you like 10 inches in front of where you currently are and in front of the wall. And now you're back inside.
Ooh. Do I really have to carry Patrick's socks? Toasted tiki Texas style. Whoa!
Okay. Grab this sock,
Well, I suppose it'll make Patrick
grab
happy.
the spat, and go on my way. Now for the best part of the run coming up shortly. And that one is very sarcastic, because it's the part where I have to grind money. For like 15 minutes.
Ahoy there,
Because there's no good fast way of getting money. Gotta do a couple things first, though. Let's see if I can get the duplicate here. Nope. Okay. It is possible to bounce the bubble bowl off the roof of that first building there and have it hit this one in the distance. But, easier said than done, honestly.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
Okay.
Just my size.
There we go. Okay. Let me get rid of this dude because he's annoying. If I don't. Okay. Now it's possible to hit every single one of these tikis with the bubble bowl. It's just you know, easier to use the cruise bubble for a few of them when they don't want to cooperate. Yeah, I'm just using cruise bubble for the last ones. It is faster because cruise bubble has that lag,
Opening presents. Another pint for
so using the bubble bowl is faster, but it's also harder because you have to actually hit them. And now the money grinding begins. I need to get to 50,000, and I am currently at like 5,000. And each one of these loops gets me less than 1,000. But it gives me like 800 or something, so it's
fresh like a spring breeze.
or 600 or I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was like maybe it's like 700. I don't remember the exact number. It's like 680 or something maybe.
Fantastic day.
So needless to say, it takes a while, but each loop takes less than 15 seconds, so
Fresh pay.
could be a lot worse. You can do 4 full goes of destroying this wall of TVs
Fresh like a spring breeze.
within a minute.
I feel like a new sponge.
But yeah, this right here is the reason why I would never actually submit this to any marathon in the world, because who in their right mind would take a run that has 15 minutes of grinding that has nothing but
Like a
this,
spring breeze.
unless they really need to fill time or something. Because it's a really cool category, except for the money
I
grinding.
feel like a new sponge.
Money grinding is the only reason why this category, people don't like this category. I don't mind it too much,
Fresh like a spring breeze.
because it's, 10 minutes in like a hour, 50, 2-hour run. Even faster than that if you're good.
As long as these pants are square and this sponge is Bob, I will not let Bikini Bottom down.
Obviously, 10 to 15 minutes of money grinding with literally nothing else going on is not exactly the most riveting of gameplay.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
It's all good. It's way better than it used to be, because on old patches, since you have to,
Feel like a new sponge.
pay Mr. Krabs for a bunch of spats, it works out to, I think, 39,500 total shiny objects that you need to pay Mr. Krabs. And then there's a bunch of clams and stuff you have
Like a
to
spring breeze.
pay throughout the run is why I need 50k total here. But on an old they lowered the prices of Mr.
Feel
Krabs'
like a new
spats
sponge.
in a patch. And so on older patches of this game, you need just a tiny bit more money, so you're grinding here just a little bit longer. Like I said, you need 39,500 for all of Krabs' spats. On old patches, you need 108,000 shiny objects. So you're grinding here for a full 30 minutes. It's kind of absurd.
I feel like a new sponge.
And so even though old patches of the game have some stuff that is faster, because there's a better version of Taxi Glitch,
I'm ready.
well, that lets you
I'm
warp
ready.
literally to any spat.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
But yeah, it was literally like twice as much grinding. Because what happened was the way the prices worked originally was the first one was 3,000, the second one was 6,000, and then they all went up by 3,000 each. And so the last one was like 18k or something. Or no, it was more than that. It was 21k maybe? Point is, like, they would go up by 3,000 each, and now they go up by increments of 1,500, and it goes up like every other spat. So it's like 3,000, then I think it's what, 2 at 4,500, then 2 at 6,000, something like that. So, needless to say, it's a lot more reasonable, because that was one of the biggest complaints on earlier patches. But the way they went about patching this game is very weird, because it does not make any sense, the stuff they did and did not fix and change. Like, also, fun fact, there's like, after you beat the game, there's like that sponge ball arena that you can just go around in during the credits. There is actually supposed to be an entrance to that area so that you can re-enter it, like, whenever you want after you beat the game. That entrance was only ever active on 1.0, version 1.0 of this game. So the day 1 patch, which is 1.01, took it out and then they never put it back in. And so the only way you can access that arena is by beating the game. Why did they take it out? Who knows? But they did.
Love opening presents.
Or the fact that they tried to fix Taxi Glitch by fixing the
Go SpongeBob.
super
Go
busted
SpongeBob.
and super
Go
easy
SpongeBob.
version of it, but they still left in other versions of it, so it's still possible to Taxi Glitch all over the place. So you can just warp wherever you want still, just slightly less easily than you used to.
Fresh like a spring
Or the fact
breeze.
that there's a load error glitch which does not work on all patches of the game for some reason, and only works on more recent patches as opposed to older patches.
I feel like a new sponge.
Which, you do that by loading your game, like loading a save game, disconnecting your controller during the load, and then the load will fail. And
Like a
will put you in a
spring
glitch
breeze.
state where you can't take damage and you skip spat animations. And for some reason that does not work on older patches, it only works on more recent patches.
I feel like a new sponge.
This game's a
Go,
mess.
SpongeBob.
It's a
It's
great
your
mess. It's a
birthday.
lot. It's a lot of fun. How much of a mess it is,
Like
but
a
it's a
spring
mess.
breeze. I feel like a new sponge.
It's like I switch between 1.01 and current patch, which is what, like 1.03, 1.04, something like that. I switch between it from time to time because, you know, certain runs you can't do on current patch because of the fixed taxi glitch, so if I ever want to mess around with them, I have to go back and down patch. But it's like I was doing a 77 spat run on 1.01 for fun, and most of the game is the same. There's a handful of things that are different, like it's possible to accidentally soft lock yourself out of 2 spats in normal air if you're not careful. So as long as you're aware of that, there's no issue, but it's a thing. So that's like one of those things that they patch that actually makes sense.
Feel like a new sponge.
But like also some triggers for dialogue and stuff are in slightly different places. Like when I had to talk to Gary to spawn the bungee at the beginning of Jellyfish Fields, it automatically starts, but in a weird spot on 1.01, but on this run I have to manually talk to Gary to get it to spawn. And I'm pretty sure when I'm doing 77 spat as opposed to 100 spat, it also activates automatically, but again in a different location. So it's just, that one's just weird. Or on current patch, you can refight the bosses, like Robo Sandy, Robo Patrick, and Robo Spongebob, but on older patches of the game, that wasn't a thing. And as a consequence of that, there's actually a way to get 101 spatulas, because if you get 100 spatulas on a older patch of the game and then patch your game so that you have those boss refights, it's possible to then go and fight Robo Spongebob and it'll give you an extra spat, so you can get 101 spats. And there's something they didn't fix is the fact that you can, there's a single sock that you can duplicate for some reason. Why can you duplicate it? Who knows? But like in Sand Mountain, there's one of the socks where like if you make it spawn, it like drops down in a cutscene, and so if you stand on the position that it goes down to when the cutscene starts, you'll collect it during the cutscene, and then if you skip the cutscene, it'll spawn the sock in again and pick it up again. So you can just get that sock twice for some reason. I wish it was useful in 100 spat, but you need all of the collectibles. You can't cheat your way to getting 80 socks by doing that. It is useful for when you're not doing 100 spat and it's just a free sock.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
Oh yeah, another thing that they did patch that affects speedruns is the fact that if you go into the final boss fight against Robo Spongebob, the game automatically gives you the Bubble Bowl and the Cruise Bubble, because obviously if you're fighting Robo Spongebob, you should have those abilities, right? But they actually patched that out in later patches, so on the current patch of the game, if you go to the Robo Spongebob fight, you are not given those abilities. So that's another reason why down patching is technically faster. Because you can skip Industrial Park by going out of bounds in the hub. And so as a result, you never unlock the Cruise Bubble if you do that. And doing Robo Spongebob without the Cruise Bubble is a lot slower than doing it with the Cruise Bubble, so skipping Industrial Park and then doing the final fight without Cruise Bubble is still faster than doing Industrial Park, because that's a 3.5-minute level for one spatula. But on older patches, it saves a lot of time to have Cruise Bubble in that fight, obviously, because the game just automatically gives it to you. That's another reason why in the categories where you just, you know, 1 spat, 2 spat, where you just warp to the final boss, why it's faster on older patches and not recent patches. Because warping to the final boss gives you your abilities on older patches. can also skip Robo Sandy and just never get the Bubble Ball. But actually, going to the ballroom in the Mermalair automatically gives you Bubble Ball for some reason. Why they didn't give her that one, but they got rid of the Robo Spongebob one, I have no clue. But that is a thing you can do. Alright, 42,000, almost done. I found stuff to ramble about for 15 minutes at least, so that made getting through this a lot better. I am very curious what time I'm actually going to get here, because, you know, world record on console is an hour 57. It's on Switch, so it has load times that are like 5 times as long. So so while my gameplay has been less than perfect, load times will make up for that a lot. So I'm curious what time I actually finish with.
Like a new sponge.
And since I have to do everything, there's a number of skips that aren't in 100 Spat that are in 77. Half of them I'm a little glad that I don't have to do because they're difficult and I don't get them every time I attempt them, and therefore I lose time to them a lot. But one of them that I miss out, that, you know, I mess up a lot of the time and lose time on a lot, but I still am a little sad is not in the category, is King Jellyfish Skip. Because that uses like 2 or 3 different glitches to just skip the King Jellyfish fight entirely. Because it's possible to, you know, make the game think you collected all the regional collectibles without actually doing it, called Collectible Counter Abuse, or CCA, where if you just warp to an area where you have enough collectibles for it to, like if an area has 6 collectibles and you warp to an area where you've already collected at least 6 collectibles, and you warp back to that first area, the game will think you collected all 6 of those collectibles, and the game will just give you a reward for it. And the, I probably could have stopped there and just made up for it later, but I'll keep going. But since the King Jellyfish Jelly counts as one of those regional collectibles, you can do CCA, go to King Jellyfish, and then just using something called a Sponge Warp, just go over the curtain in the back of his arena, and then slide down the back and get all of the spats for beating him without actually fighting. It's great. But unfortunately, I need to actually collect the jelly in this category, so I do need to fight him. But it's a short fight, so it's not that bad. And that is what I'm gonna go do now, because I'm finally done with the money grinding.
Boy, Hadrick will be glad to have this back.
King Jellyfish time. Just get into the fight early by doing that, because the load trigger goes all the way over there. This fight, thankfully, is pretty inoffensive. It's not the most interesting fight in the world, but it's pretty short at least, so it's not too bad. I still get to go down the slide in the back.
Too pretty. Can't take it. Another fine for Patrick.
Alright. I've never gotten the frame on that spat specifically, but I was kind of hoping I would. To get to skip that animation, because it would be cool to nail it after flying towards it like that, but oh well. Dang it. Okay, next up is Rock Bottom. There we go. First try. And I didn't forget to split there, at least. Alright, Rock Bottom is going to be fun, because nothing is done as intended here. I don't think there's a single spat in this entire area that gets done as intended. I don't even think there's a single sock in this area that gets done as intended. I'm not sure. I think there might be like 1 or 2 socks that are kind of done as intended. But
I gotta
that's
say,
it.
Bubba,
Everything else is cheesed. Because it gives us the sponge ball, and the sponge ball is busted. That's bad. That one. We even get to do RBB, Rock Bottom Backwards. It's one of the areas that is really easy to do backwards. Because you can just do this with the sponge ball, and then get here, and then the entrance to the last area is over there, and using some bubble bowl shenanigans. Alright. Not the best at this still. Just kind of wing it, and winging it doesn't always work. Come on. Nope. Come on. There we go. Yeah, using that, you can just launch up into the air, and then end up over here. And since the game basically spawns you on top of a spatula, you can instantly skip the animation by buffering a pause. Yeah, that's a VBB. Vertical bowl bounce. I messed up that jump. Spongebob didn't like that. Yeah, vertical bowl bounce, where if you get on top of a
time for a
bubble
little
bowl
sleepy
while it's,
sneak.
you know, still working. There's a couple different versions of it, but yeah, you can just launch up into the air super high. There's a stuck version and an unstuck version, where a stuck version is where you get it wedged up against like a wall and some other geometry and stuff, and you know, it just stays in place, so jumping on top it's really easily. And that was an unstuck one, which is a lot harder, but makes you go a lot higher. Because it's not stuck up against anything, so you just kind of have to jump on top of it using whatever geometry is available to you. Alright. And now to clear out these lasers, definitely as intended, by using the cruise bubble. It is unfortunate that there's a number of clams that you can't skip, because either the game doesn't spawn the thing you're supposed to pick up with the bungee until you actually pay for the clam, or sometimes it's just not tangible until you get it. But, oh well. Either way, that's why we money grind.
I feel like a
This
new
shot's a little
sponge.
tricky.
SpongeBob to mission control, the launch is
I
a
have to
go.
curve around this corner and hit a switch with the cruise bubble. Hey, I got a first try. I have not gotten that first try in practice. Hey there, CMM. Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate it.
Plankton, you best not.
Alright. Drop down and get... Oh, that's unfortunate. I did not lasso long enough to get that sock. Oh well. This is a a part that I have only ever learned for 100 spat here, so I am not as familiar with it as I could be. Not a huge deal,
Well, I
though.
suppose it'll make Patrick happy. The shinier, the better.
Alright, then I can go over here,
Not as good as Texas barbecue sauce.
grab this painting, grab the last switch, and respawn. Also skip that cutscene in the process, because it
Nothing a little
started
Southern
even
Belle.
though I was in the middle of respawning. Alright, and with that, back to the same sponge ball, use it again. Because this sponge ball gets used 4 separate times to break 4 separate things in this area.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
Get those 2 socks real quick.
Patrick needs to do laundry. Just my size. You've just met the Sponginator.
And then by opening this box, just hit that switch and then go straight to the spat. This game is silly. Doesn't stop you from doing that for some reason. Alright, and then I use it the last time to get to the museum quicker by not using Sandy.
Roll, roll,
First,
roll
a small
the
detour,
sponge.
because I gotta get the sock.
Another find for Patrick.
But there's another sponge ball over here that I can use, so go grab it.
It shines.
Yeah, I can just go up here using the sponge ball. Alright, swap to Sandy, because she makes the museum trivial. Okay. And then there's, I think, 3 socks in here, 2 paintings, and a spatula.
Hey,
That, because of the fact that ILH exists, are all trivial to get. I do have to clear out this first wall of lasers, though. It is possible to skip this first wall of lasers by just, you know, glitching your way through the wall of lasers. But because of this sock on the floor here, you know, there's no reason to.
ooh. Do I really have to
Also,
carry
I
Patrick's
don't know
socks?
how to actually get through the wall of lasers. I have tried to do it before, and I have never been able to figure it out. And so the fact that I don't need to do it for this category is very convenient.
Well, I suppose it'll make Patrick happy.
Go over here, get this painting. This wall just doesn't extend all, this laser wall doesn't extend all the way, so you can just go through it. Why they didn't have it go all the way, I have no idea, but it doesn't.
Ooh. Do I really have to carry Patrick's socks?
And then I can just go get this last spat. And then go turn in the paintings, and I'm done with Rock Bottom.
Last piece of artwork accounted for.
Unfortunately, I'm skipping the dialogue, so I will not ask questions I don't want to know the answers to. Come on. There we go. That took more attempts than I would have liked, but it's all good. Kelp Forest, it gets absolutely eviscerated as well.
I love opening presents.
It's another stage where almost nothing gets done as intended.
3 years running.
Because you can also do Kelp Forest backwards. Because you can just jump up here really easily.
Hi, Mermaid.
And then there's another box at the bottom here. If you just do that, you spawn down at the bottom, and then you can go open the second box. And they did actually try to stop you from using the boxes to cheese the time challenge, where if you get in the box, it automatically fails the challenge. But if you switch characters, That doesn't work anymore, and so you can just go in the box anyway. And then finish the challenge. And the fact that that works is hilarious. Alright. Unfortunately, there is a sock on the slide, so I do need to do about half of it. It doesn't mean I'm going to do that half as intended. Part here. Almost messed that up, but okay. And then I can warp back up. Alright, and then this is one of those spats that's actually easy to skip the animation for. Because if you bubble bowl into a load trigger, and then start the load trigger while you're still bubble bowling,
Nothing like that.
it'll just break you out of the animation, and you just go grab the spat while you're warping and skip the animation. Okay, I'm gonna have to get all of the crystals now. This is one of those things that I actually had to learn the route for, and hopefully I don't mess anything up. Because some of these jumps are not free. There's gonna be a lot of shenanigans in this area. No! It ate my jump. Ah, I got stuck against the wall there and it ate my jump, damn it. I even stopped myself from walking off the first time, but not the second time. Damn, that sucks. Oh well, not the end of the world. I messed this up a lot more than 2 times when I was practicing yesterday, so... If I only messed up the 1 time, I am okay with that. God, why is that so weird? Okay. It really doesn't like me trying to jump from that position. So this is unfortunate. But... again, not exactly expecting to get everything perfectly. Okay, that time I was okay. Gotta get this crystal. Make sure I don't forget to grab it.
Coming at ya!
Yeah, this here is the reason why Cruise Bubble is important to get early on. Granted, you can get it literally whenever you want thanks to Taxi Glitch, but like, you definitely need it before you do Kelp Forest, if nothing else. Because it's like one of the only stages where it's like actually hard required. That's not the right spat. Okay. And once again, they made it stupid easy to just activate the second box when you're not supposed to. You just jump up there and it activates the box. For some reason. Whoops. I had to remember for a second what I was actually doing up here with Spongebob, because I only need to do one thing, and that's hit the switch. Okay. Now I can swap to Patrick. And do the rest of the section with him. Oh, what? I didn't make the jump, damn it. I only missed that jump like once. Ever. And now I've missed it twice. Unfortunate. Oh, what? I didn't get my second attack off. Damn it. Okay. This jump's not hard to make, but it's harder than it should be still. keeps eating my second attack. Because attacking with Patrick makes you move slightly forward. So it's both when you're moving with him, you know, just mash the attack button and you'll go faster. But also for jumps, it's important because it makes you go further. Okay. Here to save them. Okay, and one crystal left, and I'm done with this section. Just gotta take this tiki up here.
Hard as a rock.
That was definitely how that thing was supposed to work. I'm surprised it didn't spam the sound effect. I know that it does that sometimes. Okay, then warp back to Barnacle Boy, because I gotta be SpongeBob to actually turn in the crystals.
Barnacle Boy,
Alright.
right.
Oh, what? Okay, that's actually kind of annoying.
Tartar sauce.
Didn't let me break out of the animation, so I didn't get to pick up the spat. That's weird. I haven't had that problem here before. That actually kind of sucks. Oh well, not a big deal. There we go. Also, if you're ever wondering how I know when I collect the spat, when the screen is completely dark, that bubble popping sound effect plays whenever you pick up a spatula. So that's what I use to figure it out. But that's also why I always try and line things up so that in order to get a spat from one of those loading zones, I basically just have to hold in a single direction without moving it. And so that way, I don't actually have to worry about finding it. I just literally hold it in one direction and I get it. I mean, it's a spatula. What would you call it? That's just what they're called. You can cut syllables out of your life. I don't know why you wouldn't. Right. The spatties. Yeah, it's a crabby spatty. Alright, time for some Patrick shenanigans. Nothing too crazy, but just move around, get some stuff. Not entirely in ways he's supposed to. I don't trust myself, so I'm gonna get this nowhere.
Clean as a whistle.
There's a camper over here.
This SpongeBob underwear fits quite tight.
That's why I'm glad I got some extra health. Alright, hit that switch. And then I can use this box to get that one quicker. Please go in the box. Thank you. Okay. And then warp out. Alright, and then there's a couple socks, 2 campers, and the spats in the first area that I still have to get, because I did everything backwards. I'm almost done with Kelp Forest, which is nice. And after that, there's only 2 areas left. But one of those areas I am a little nervous about, because Sand Mountain is very difficult. Oops. Oops. Land, please, so I can actually get up here. Okay, things are being weird. It's not letting me get up here the way I'm supposed to. it not letting me up? Ugh. Okay, I wasn't expecting to lose time here. This is unfortunate.
Ouch!
Whatever, not the end of the world. Okay, there we go. That took way more tries than it should have. That was like a minute of time lost that I should have had, but oh well. Not the end of the world. I'm okay with it.
So bright.
Alright.
So shiny.
So there's a camper over here. I am also hopefully going to be able to
Robot go
get
boom.
this sock correctly.
Go
Dang it.
another
Okay.
one.
I paused a little too early. Ideally, I get that that sock in midair and then warp away before I hit the goo, so that I don't have to go through the death animation. But unfortunately, I paused at the wrong time. And pause buffering is not exactly as reliable on console as it is on PC for this game. Oh well, not a big deal. So what am I doing? That's not where I'm supposed to jump up. This is where I'm supposed to jump up. Okay.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
There we go. Okay. And then one more sock for destroying these guys.
Hey,
Okay.
you! Patrick needs to do laundry. It's shot.
SpongeBob!
And that's the end of Kelp Forest. Could have had a better taxi glitch, but I'll take it. Alright, Dutchman's Graveyard is not that hard. There's like one trick near the end that's not easy, and that's it. The rest of it's pretty easy, honestly. But it does have the best song in the game, so it's always fun to go through. I don't think I really need any extra money. I think I'm good. I'm still gonna destroy a few robots here and there just to be safe, but I think I am good on money. Alright. Yeah, by loading the game and then backing out of the menu while the game is still loading, I can collect that spat and skip the animation.
Sometimes pushing a simple button is the most satisfying.
All right.
Push, 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 push. I'm rollerific. Just my size.
Alright, and then there's one more sock to get
I love
before I
opening
move on to the
presents.
next section. It's up here. Okay. That jump's not too bad, actually. I was worried when I was learning this category that jump was going to be worse than it actually is, but no, it's a pretty free jump. As long as you know how to space your spin stalls correctly. Alright. And now I definitely have to do the puzzle here and can't just get on an invisible slide and jump over.
Victory.
I did not mean to fall off the invisible slide, but whatever, that works. But yeah, there's just an invisible slide for them. There's like an actual slide there that spawns in, but for some reason it's also just invisible before you even activate it. No idea why. It's just a thing. This game is weird sometimes.
Ahoy there, Mick.
Okay. just like that, I've skipped half of this section. Because by doing this, I can activate the checkpoint and just load the game, and then I'm all the way up here. Because I definitely did that as intended. And this is one of those bungees that like you basically have to pay for. But even this last section here, everybody knows that, like, when walls are bolted into the wall, you know, those bolts are still there, you can still stand on them, right? That's how that works. Alright.
Ahoy there, Spongebob!
Alright, and here is the hardest trick of this area. Because I'm gonna have to do some BfBB. This one is a stuck BfBB, so therefore it's free. Because you just get it stuck and then jump off of it, and then you launch up here. And as long as you do the jump correctly, you make it up there every time. If you don't do it correctly, you fall down. Not a big deal. Okay. And then here's an unstuck BfBB, which is a lot harder. And I can't do all that consistently. Sometimes I get it quickly, and then sometimes it takes me a few tries. There we go. That was quick. I will take like 4th or 5th try. But unfortunately, I can't just leave after that. I have to do the full thing. I'm trying to hit that button with a bubble bowl because when it spawns the spat, if I'm standing on top of it, I don't have to watch the animation of collecting the spat. I'm just bad at hitting the switch. There we go. I got it, though. Now I have a nice amount of golden spatulas. 69. This part, I have to be careful and not grab the checkpoint up here, but there is a sock up here, so I have to be careful. Do some specific maneuvering to not pick it up. Alright. Because by not getting that checkpoint, I can destroy all the cannons and then just jump over the side and respawn back over here. Switch, and it's time for the most boring fight in the entire run. It really sucks that this fight is so long and so much of a nothing burger. Because he has one attack. He shoots lasers, then he teleports, shoots lasers, and then he charges you and you can grab his tail. And each time you hit him, he does another cycle of lasers before you can actually attack him. Which is why this fight is so slow. Because he does 2 cycles of lasers, then 3, and then 4. And each cycle of lasers has like 2 or 3 attacks in it. So this fight is very boring and very long. Was not required, it would not be done. At least most of the other boss fights in this game have at least one thing interesting about them, even if they are long. This fight's got nothing. Like Prawn, you know, know, you can just use load error glitch to cheese the fight and not take and just be able to stand on the tiles that would normally damage you. You know, King Jellyfish you can normally skip. Robo Sandy's got like a bunch of stuff going on in that fight. Even Robo Patrick does have a skip, it's just difficult and easy to mess up, so I don't go for the runs. But you can technically speed that fight up by like 10 or 15 seconds by doing a weird trick. And Robo Spongebob is obviously the best boss fight in the game because that one's actually interesting. Alright. Finally done. On to Sand Mountain. Alright, Sand Mountain's interesting, but also very difficult. Because I do have to do all three of the... Whoops. All three of these slides. Oh, come on. I was trying to do load error glitch, and I took out the battery.
Hello, my most
But I didn't take the battery out far enough, and so it didn't actually disconnect the controller. That's unfortunate. There we go. That time I did it correctly. But yeah, now that I did load error glitch, there's no more spat animations until I enter a cutscene or go to a different area. And because I collect 2 spats here, it is worthwhile doing load error glitch. And this is the sock you can do. Obviously not doing it, but you can. Let me put my second controller down because I don't need it anymore. Alright. Then this slide has some minor shenanigans, but I mostly do it as intended. There's not really too much going on here. But I only have to go down it once because there's nothing I need to worry about with sanity here. The other 2 slides I have to either go down more than once or do a lot of shenanigans. This is like the one interesting thing on the slide is that skip right there. The rest of it's pretty much just about as normal. Although I will actually do another load error glitch at the end of this slide because I have to collect 2 spats in a row. Because load error glitch takes, if done quickly, takes maybe like 5 to 6 seconds. Sometimes I can get it in under 5 seconds, but if I take a while, it'll take a little bit more than 5 seconds. And each spat animation is about 4 or 5 seconds. So it's not worth it for 1 spat on its own, but if I'm ever collecting more than 1 spat, it's worth doing. Because it saves like 3 to 4 seconds by doing it with just 2 spats. Like that. Alright, on to the second slide. This is the hardest slide. It's also the most interesting slide because there's a lot of shenanigans. But it is not easy. Because this is the one with the 8 sandmen on it, and I have to destroy all of them in order to get a sock.
Someone better make good use
The fastest way of doing it is with shenanigans. Because I'm doing something called a slide boost. Where if I take damage on those spikes and then activate the lasso right after, I maintain the speed from the slide even though I am no longer on the slide. And as a result, I can do this. And it is possible to take this through like almost the entire slide by like landing on the sandmen. But doing that is difficult and I'm bad at it, so I don't worry about it. So I end the slide boost there, unfortunately, even though I could technically take it even further. But just because the slide boost is done doesn't mean the shenanigans are.
That's for messing with Texas. Bam!
Make sure I get my health back
Can't
so I
believe I'm
don't
wearing
accidentally die.
SpongeBob's underwear.
Yeah, this last section has some last little bits of shenanigans. Because there's 2 Sandmen and a sock to get. They are all on different paths.
Okay, that's better. Toasted Tiki Texas style.
Because you can just kind of get an extra jump off of the spikes by doing that. If you get up here.
Do I really have
get
to
the
carry
sock.
Patrick's socks?
I don't know why that works, but I'm glad it does. Alright,
Well, I suppose it'll
Get
make
that
Patrick
sock.
happy.
alright. And with that,
Not as good as
I
Texas
got
barbecue
through
sauce.
Flounder Hill first try, which is very good, because every time I practiced it, I have not gotten it first try. So I'm very happy I got that, actually. But, I still have to beat, Bubble Buddy's time. Because if you notice, I haven't done that yet. You might be wondering, how are you going to do that? Wouldn't you have to go through the slide a second time, or are you going to do more shenanigans by, like, going down to the bottom? I'm going to do this. And I completed it. Don't ask me what just happened. I literally have no idea. I just know that's a thing I can do, and it works, and so I do it. But yeah, if you jump in that box, and before it teleports you, jump up and use the slam, I don't know where it puts you, but it automatically completes Bubble Buddy's timer challenge, and you can just warp back and turn it in. Like I said, do not ask me why that works or how it's happening. I have no idea. I just know it's a thing, and then I can do it. Alright. Time for the last hill.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
This one I technically have to kind of go down twice, sort of. I have to go down a second time partway with Sandy because there's a sock that you can't get normally with SpongeBob.
Patrick will be glad
And the only
about
way
this
to
act.
get it with SpongeBob is using lag, and Xbox lag strats are bad and not really a thing, so I'm not doing that, obviously. And going down with SpongeBob is actually kind of normal for the most part. There's like a little bit of funky stuff, but there's not a lot. This slide's actually pretty normal. Especially compared to Flounder Hill. Flounder Hill is not indicative of the other 2 slides. You know, where you're slide boosting and jumping all over the place with Sandy and stuff. Okay. What I am able to do here is just that.
Hey, you! Patrick needs to do laundry.
Just cuts out a little bit of movement in this cave area here. But the rest of the slide is pretty normal.
I love opening
Oops,
presents.
hit a sign, apparently, or something. Okay. Still gotta get through the rest of the slide, though. There's still some fun stuff like that, though, which is very minor, doesn't matter all that much, but it still kind of looks cool, so it's fun to do. And then there is still some shenanigans at the end. Don't worry, there is still more shenanigans. Because at the bottom of every one of these hills, there's like the 2 Duplicatrons, and they're guarding a switch each. So you'll see what I do. This gate doesn't go high enough, and you can just do that. You can just jump over it. You can ignore both of the Duplicatrons and their switches.
Congratulations!
Alright. I also need to go turn into Sandy and get that sock. And with that, that is the... assuming I didn't mess anything up and miss anything, that is the last spatula outside of the final boss in the hub area.
Good riddance.
That should that be 79, or is that supposed that good at 78? I might be missing one actually. I'm not sure. Because I still need to get... No, never mind, I'm good. I have them all. Oh god, that didn't go the way it was supposed to. That's unfortunate. It did not latch onto the thing that it was supposed to. Damn it! I have to go back down the slide again. Yeah, no, I have all the spats I need to. I had to run through it in my head real quick. But yeah, I am missing 4 spats in Bikini Bottom. I am missing the 8 sock spats and the 8 Mr. Krabs spats, and there's the 2 spats from the final boss. That adds up to 22. Because I'm still missing the spat on top of the pineapple, the one in Squidward's house, the Krusty Krab, spat for actually clearing out the Krusty Krab. I cleared out the Krusty Krab, I just didn't turn it in yet. And then there's the one in the chum bucket. Dang it, if I didn't mess that up, I was actually potentially on world record pace. Unfortunately, I messed that up. I could still be on world record pace if I have a good final boss. I know it's a 157, I don't remember what it is beyond that, though. And I still have a couple other things to do, and the final boss is like 2.5 minutes.
I didn't know Squidward had a lamp. I didn't know Squidward had a lamp.
Okay.
Even Squid's house has a special spat animation skip. By spawning the sock and picking up the spatula, I didn't split for Sand Mountain. God damn it. But by picking up that spatula and the spawning the sock at the same time, it skips the animation for spawning the spatula. Or collecting the spatula, I mean. Damn it. I'm a little annoyed I forgot to split for Sand Mountain. Oh well. Alright, and then the last 2 socks
Hey, Patrick.
is the one that Patrick gives and the one in
Patrick will be
Patrick's
glad
house.
to have this back. Living under a rock. Now that's a life. Another fine for Patrick.
Alright, and then I didn't actually look at the number, but I should have all 80 socks. I do. Cool. I didn't forget anything.
Wow,
Unfortunately, you have to turn them all in one by one.
Wow, Spud.
So you get to hear Patrick say "Wow, SpongeBob" 8 times in a row,
Wow, Spud. Wow, Spud.
and then have a very loud pop. Because it collects 8 spatulas at once. Alright, then warp to Mr. Krabs.
Phew. SpongeBob.
And then we get to hear Mr. Krabs say "so" 8 times in a row. Okay, and 97 is what I'm supposed to have. Okay, if I get a record here, it's going to come down to the final boss. And then here we get to hear the...
Flash.
We got to hear the announcer's favorite superhero. Cool. And final boss time. It's gonna get cheesed to hell.
The launch is a go.
Alright, now Roboplankton's not gonna do anything for the rest of the fight. I can just wail on him. This is why Cruise Bubble makes the final fight one of the reasons why it makes it so much easier. Is because this phase is tripping. Because without Cruise Bubble, this fight is actually really, really cool, but it's also extremely difficult. Because you have to, like, go up and hit everything manually with your wand. Okay, and And in this phase of the fight is also very much not intended. But there's a few strats that will save a lot of time that I am not guaranteed to get.
Sometimes
This right
pushing a
here.
simple button is the most satisfying.
If that bowl
Push,
hits, it
push,
saves like
push,
20
push.
seconds, but I don't think it hit. And sitting there to find out if it did hit just wastes time.
Say hello to my
I
little
got the
bubble
cruise
friend.
bounce at least, though. This saves a lot of time. And I will go for the bowl to destroy the fuse in this next section once. Odds are I'm not going to hit it, but if it does hit, it saves time, so cool. And it doesn't take a lot of time to actually attempt. That was very bad. Unfortunate. Oh shit, I actually did hit that bowl. I was not expecting that. I did not think that the YOLO bowl actually hit. Alright. Yeah. So yeah, that's actually world record, because like I said, this category is not optimized because world record was on the Nintendo Switch, and I saved like 15 minutes in loads alone. But world record was like 157 something. So I beat it by like, not a lot, but an okay margin. Thank you for the GGs though. So yeah, that run was, I mean, for my first run, not bad. Very scuffed. Made a lot of dumb mistakes that cost me a good amount of time, but I mean,
All my plans.
I'll take first try world record. I'm not complaining with that.
Becoming a lawyer. You haven't defeated
I mean, granted, I should also preface this is console world record. PC world record is obviously a lot better than this, but it also removes load times.
I'll destroy you.
Because PC record without lag, I think, is a 1 hour and 30-minute time with loads removed. So, obviously, even though loads are pretty fast on Series X, they're not 0, so it's not exactly fair to compare to that. But it's also that it run saves like 10 to 15 minutes in execution alone, so there's a lot of room to improve here.
Well, Plankton, I hope you
Yeah,
learned
I mean,
your
to be
lesson.
it did help a lot that this run is actually not that different from the stuff that I already knew how to do, thankfully. But I mean, getting sub 2 hours on my first try was obviously not free. So I'm pretty happy with that.
I remind you all that there are still robots out there making a mess of Bikini Bottom.
Sandy is right.
It is already almost 3:20 in the morning, so I don't know if I would want to do another run, because it would be another 2-hour run, but
Still work to be
I mean,
done.
77 spats in an hour, so I might do a 77 spat run after that.
And neither will I. We can't rest until Bikini
I am not exactly practiced on 77 spat. I haven't done it in a while. So there's a couple things I would need to practice before if I wanted to do that, but hey, I'm one and done, works for me. Oh yeah, also we get the bonus cutscene of the theme song, which I forgot was a thing until I finished walkthrough of this route last night. Because you can only get this by completing the final boss with every spatula. Let's be something you wish. Then drop on the tack and flap like a fish. Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, I never 100%ed this game as a kid, so I never knew this was a thing until like a couple years ago. And then here's the
Up for a
SpongeBob
game
arena
of
with the credits. But yeah, pretty happy about that.